today, the 26th day of January 2021. NCRA, and they're in the spotlight right now because they're not able to issue ID cards to citizens them na salon. The last time we've been there, we talk about that particular issue there. Talk, we bring talk. We make people say, okay, now voters ID card, now most people in the use, they not get identification. Remember the time we be the talk also about the court we implement say people them where they can now, then forget ID card. Then another thing we come up with, they show say people them not the worker with identification na Sierra Leone. Like when me and you don't learn na the west side we dey, or na the diaspora any side where you dey, say where you dey come out, you need the identification with you. Just in case anything goes south, then go able to identify you, or you can able to identify you safe. Even though if you're not able, there are some other things that we go provide, where the police go do one or other checks them, we then can able for know who that you be. But because they get the system then they. But still yet, you want to make it easy on you safe for workout. So because of the thing and the way we come up that day, we be say, make we send the camera out there, make the camera really go fair out, whose kind of identification people then get in the salon, and if then they work out with them. Then from there, what you will be able to find out, we able to go na the National Civil Registration Authority, make we go ask them. So when this will find out, they una can't tell you about whose term una go begin for, or una the get ID card, or waiting and waiting. We don't go do the work. So today, with the camp plan, make we all listen, make we all watch, and we open the phone line, make we discuss. But before that, make we check within NACOVAC say na the COVID-19 status update for today. The labs then be analyzed 508 tests them. Out of those 508 tests, 11 now from Western area urban we positive, 1 now from Western area rural we positive, and inbound passengers again today get 9 way positive. We make the total positive cases for today 21. Yesterday, inbound passengers get 9. Today, inbound passengers get 9. And now each day for begin to this alone, people say, well, 9 then give it. But we dey watch. Okay. So then the 9 give it 21 new confirmed cases. So because of this 21 new cases where we get today, the cumulative confirmed positive cases now reach 3,194 Nasa alone. For the past 24 hours, nobody not lost in life to COVID-19, so we still stand at 77. The one that we in isolation, now 885. Now then they in isolation. The one that we recover for the past 24 hours, now 10 people. And then recover. So that one they don't give it 2,242 people we don't recover from coronavirus that's alone. The one that they in quarantine are 626, and the one them we don't discharge now 13,204 from quarantine. Make we check and see within the Mano River Union countries them all today. For Sierra Leone, at 21. For Guinea, na 0. For Liberia, na 13. For Ivory Coast, 246 new cases for Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast. Yeah. 246 new cases na Ivory Coast get today. We give you a total number of 280 cases for the Mano River Union countries. Then if Guinea back be submit today, I bet will be past 300. But Ivory Coast their numbers. For the death, Salon are 77 cumulatively, Guinea 81, Liberia 84, Ivory Coast 146. A total number of 388 people in the Mano River Union countries them together that lost to COVID-19. The camera they work out there right now and they piece together different things them we talk to people them about this new restriction. Make sure you subscribe to NCRA Network Production, because now there you go get all the talk to the camera programs them, yeah? But one can look into the program for today. We talk about the identity card. For right now in Sierra Leone, what most people they use as ID card, now the voter registration card. Even that one day. Even that one day. Hey, Papa God. They say now then they fake an as alone. So some places they even not the user. So I make we need the national identity card. They've get to the access. You say, how many samples were analyzed for Ivory Coast? That I not get an answer for, sir. And then positive cases, no one and then can give it. But sometimes go begin ask them if they get them, make them share with we. After listening to Leone's sweet, beloved Salon people, you get ID card, yes. You get them with you, no, I left an house. But they no say then supposed for work with them. Because then go give you the reason where then self no say now that reason they make them supposed for work with them. But still yet, are they going out with it? No. They're not the worker with her. It ain't house. Yeah, salute. Hey. What do you learn? From we own sweet Sierra Leoneans them at the street of Freetown to the office of National Civil Registration Authority. The person where they talk to first now the office now Amadou Jane Commander when I the Deputy Director of Information and Communication now the National Civil Registration Authority. He said before not to be that name they self them again. He said but now they don't change them to an authority. I think when they change and then forget for do a makeover at the building. Or we just too picky say the building is not the thing. Once you go inside and like government building you see so. He may forget for day on the change of name or the change will be they come inside. Because I think say the building itself be need that change day. But anyway, I say not to the building at the thing. Now waiting the inside the building. He say then they try for get this kind of ID card way. The past administration, now then they take scam we force for the voters registration. When they say people for go register again for vote, then people were like, okay, why? Because the last one we still get them while for they register every year for they go register for vote. And say no, because we do this particular one way then they can with so. You go even they travel with them. And say then they put security features them. You go they even use them as voter ID card, you use them as national ID card, you use them for travel documents, all. Then now then take scam we at the end of the day. no to that even voter ID card they can go more with. Okay. Now, for the past 2 years, you remember what they talk now? Where people like, I say, trust your network, bro. If you doubt yourself, at least give it kudos some areas there. Say, if we discuss now, we want an answer way at the time we all they get doubts. Well, they send the camera out there. Or send the camera, it'll go fair not. Then they go bring kind of information back for we. Then me and you go able for listen. Because the last time it come up say, in Sierra Leone, people they don't take enough for the work out an ID card. We all give instances that they call people in a salon say, hey, I want to send you right now quick. So you get ID card, say no, you didn't house. You not been believe? See her now. See her more. Not so. You hear the people there. They all they say they get on. They all know the reason why them for work out with them. But are they working with it? No. It ain't a house. I for work out. But back to the matter. Amadou Jane commander tell we say, for the past 2 years, no ID card they no issue. Why? And they go be one. The major question go be why? They say because they want car with new one. Hey. So why the new one will una not ready yet for can with for stop the old one? Because me feel to say the old one for still do your own business as usual. Say the new one come. Then when the new one come out, then can ask people them for go exchange the old one for the new one. Instead of halt everything. Halt everything, say no. But now, then they give certificates. And that certificate then are every 3 months. The certificate are every 3 months. Not so? Every 3 months. So that means say we expire, you get to go back, go get another certificate. That's not so, then they do them now. And even that certificate day, you know they get them back the same day. Because waiting do, the Director General get for sign. And then they take the Director General 2 working days for make you go able to sign them paper then day. And now measures they wouldn't go put in place thinking to say, some people them, they don't go and work correctly if the Director General don't get a signed one left day. So we then come on and just print down there now until you don't sign on, then give people them. People then go misuse her. Who knows alone. So me I want feel to say now because of their measures then I made them say 2 working days. Until na free, but you go still get for pay transport for go for them. Okay? But then say based on falsifying the ID card and identity fraud way they now, and then say the national identification number. Now and they want for introduce now that every ID card go get your unique number. But again, you know say beaucoup time then they talk now, yeah? Or they say they not get data. But now we've been informed through this medium, say where you go, if you get your voters registration, even if it all lost, if you know some like your name and other things, then there is a data. There's a data we then go pull out and then show you say, now you face this, now you name this and all them things, then we then go match to you. Now then they then go print or your phone number. Where you know say then they do registration for phones. So if your phone number you are registered, there is a data. I think we have to give kudos to that too. Because they don't tell they talk and say data no they. So if data no they, how then get a wire? So I'm informed now, say at least we have something we link to the phone numbers and I don't say not to all man, But at least we get something for start with. And the voter registration. So that then data then they day. Now we come back to from it up the last election where people in the Gombo say, why we for register again where EB say, una don't get then data then they. But una want let the person register back. Well, let we see the next election. We then get for register for the election. Let we see if they get for ask the entire country back for go register again. Or then just they update this particular one. Popular will be no saying they not be get. They update this one now. We go see how they go do them. But we have data according to Wetu. For the explanation, the deputy director, Amadou Commander, he did well. I believe say you get some loud and clear from him. Even though we know say they went okay inside the office and you get some people okay hang around. Even this one they tell you are free. Some people will go hang around in that building there where people then go come. Then go find way for take money na the people hand. We don't understand. And go find way. But I feel to say there is an hindrance between them not issuing a national identification card now to that paper-based certificate where they give to waiting the people in the arena street. I think say there is a mixed up right there. But I want to feel say me and you now we don't get a first-hand information. So we self-can able for correct people them. We want for mistake for say this and that. We hope say because you don't tell them they talk say pretty soon this all awaited national ID card and this powerful one you don't say where would they wait say then the counter and all time they tell say soon soon okay yeah big this na 2021 we now from 2019 2020 done we not say that agree say na 2 years we now want for can finish again this particular one we no one can finish 2021 back he end up the same thing again do ya whatever una get for do for make una go issue am with the wait. Not so? With the wait. Amara Mahmoud Sisi say, he saying think we forgive kudos also to the mobile company because they give the National Civil Registration Authority correct data through the phone numbers then. Phone numbers then they, the voter IDs then they, so all the data then they then put them together. We get to. So that will be the other say no data, no. Now we know say we get something for start with. Make we come with Usfriend, make we hear waiting in get for we today on this issue of the national ID card. Yes, Usfriend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform, and thanks to all the viewers and listeners here. And we hope say things will work out how we want them for be. The issue me just able for catch up here from the interview and based on other information, now something to do with delays in terms of things that overlap of delegation of duties. Because from where this National Civil Registration Authority, I think say 2012, where the government will be there by then get for say then ask UNDP for let them go help them, for let them go conduct a scope, a mission inside the civil registration will get kind of a landscape throughout the country. You see, for get consolidated civil registration system. You know that what they try for replace the old system will not be the work. You know that what they try for bring their system inside you get all the information of waiting. Then go able for let them go able for do their own work as government. So then give them whatever they don't help them with UNDP, because they always and they go call, can't bring them. Then do this help, which was somehow helpful, a step forward. So I believe say then do census. I think they even do the last census 2015. Then get that data there. Then keep them. But people let me they complain say this data of this census has not been made public. But even though it is there, so that's been get for be one problem and get for the, say okay and they carry on. Then the country points now would they even make an act. This act of parliament now for learning go say that former one they would register births and deaths, they no go do again. The work would then get for do now, then get for send on to this National Civil Registration Authority. So then get for begin hard work for them. And remember, this is a country where we don't get a crippled system, where system not in the work, where we say, yeah, you go just see like paint. Like we the guy you go see like just shine paper, yeah, paint. This is not a shine paper. This is now ripping the wall because the wall don't get holes. Some of them don't crack. They get for change the structure so that we aim for build them. And then bring them things there in events, then win a short-term event. The government will come for 5 terms. Then they worry for the next election. So all those stamps then been get for day. So then delegate the duties to them and they not expand the capacity of the people who will get for work. In fact, the initial one was 3,300 registration centers way before one day. Ongoing, where the people and they just go knock the walls. I can't the ID card. I don't lost them. Based on the information of the census who they don't get. Like how the man they tell you them, they don't get information based on it and they will be able to retrieve. So you see, so then begin the pile work panel. And then it go on. Then when I back come, they say, all right, now we're gonna do something which is better. We want to do a blockchain on one side, we want to do again registration. Well, the registration we want to do, the registration so that we will get a good area where the how they call themselves the cartographic mapping. That's for say then side they don't add this and this and the boundary this, so we'll get the boundary the right one. So we will get for introduce another one who will be beaten. Then go employ another body who begin to do on the one side. They say they wait for laptop. They see a laptop, they make them program not go before. And then next they under. Then you get the National Electoral Commission. But then they always get information now because they don't delegate the duty to this same NCRA back for do all this work. So based on that information, then go pass out to their bodies there, say this responsible. And then they can't get them back, say, well, we're not going to do the bat, registration of death, or other things. Well, it's not to ongoing really, but instead they can add to them. But for all this, apart from the death and birth marriages, when a certificate, the other one, they want for encryptor into one information where the man they try for say. But because of now, the things they done, they so much on the table, how they go able for put this information into the ICT system, we go able for help them so that the person go knock the mouth, they issue you with this. They lack the capacity back. We get people who be talk now, who we don't see them, don't even suggest for go bring machine for them. So the machine are able to talk about procurement. You know what? The system will go able to print this system or encode your DNA, whatever information is there. So when you present them, including the national insurance number, you will become somebody eligible. So you get information you will use where you get for user. Then themselves, the information what they don't get, they will use them back for other reasons them back. So they go give the government, so the government go able to help for plan. Resources they are then go allocate. And even the boundaries they now go on there. Because if a boundary, this cartographical mapping, that the delayers, they get for that. When you see other parties and they argue, say, well, now, if I do this, now the reason this, the relationship between Una and the police, they said they talk, say, that this relationship, but the politicians, they argue, say, why they can't waste money for this again. So all the arguments in the parliament with the delay. So with the funds then now, how they go come when these delayers, they go on. Then you see the work they bokun at the table. How they go able for can put and neck the information together, then do the national census, then one for do then one get for issue out this card. We get for entail all the information here. So it become a kind of a table work where it's difficult for them go able for do because of one, the capacity I believe say no day. and the capacity in terms of manpower and in terms of the technology where they go able for use. So, but again, you go say again, this is what they no go try for bring, because when they get an ambition with the mission where you get for bring up, the gap between they get for get something where you get for put in place. You get for look pusa you come out, so you go know the speed. You know, go run, ask person for just go run one time where you know they get an exercise. You go get cramps, you go get muscle cramps. So in those areas are the cramps and then the experience so now, because the pace is so much high that they expect them to do this within short time. And they are still waiting because they get a short period of time where they go. But the only good thing where they say they don't do, where I don't know how far people and they actually get them, where they say they give a temporal certificate for 3 months so that it will able for last you while they wait for this. So in other words, every 3 months you get for come. Every 3 months, and we don't know because you don't give a time span of this procurement when they try for procure this system, we will able for them bring for them go print the ID card there. Because not to the information now, the information when they get temporal one and they able use them for issue you the ID card from waiting I see. But again, you go ask you the question back, say, well, there is another pressure when they say, well, then therefore can do this cartographic mapping, this other sensors again, when they say that they therefore do one, but with another body where they help them. So you will see, say, well, this might be the reason why they wait, because we get for do this, okay, we want for do the sensors, then we want for do an ID card we go use outside when they don't first tell me say that registration, what would they do for the sensors when that last one would they do for 2017 now, apart from the 2015. So people are beginning that. So you see all this. So you see say resources then we don't go in the way wherein they not be look at the mission where they head for. The mission instead of allocate resources. Now for let them go able for give a revenue allocation to areas them. Then the people are able for help back for local elections them and then the national election. So all those things they pan their head. But the idea is that sometimes themselves get for the say truth. Like I see some people in the area because they were meant to be a kind of an administration. But now they therefore change them from an administration to something else. So, but the function, when they do the function now, they're not able to do them because of waiting the dinner at the table. And then the civilians and they suffer. But the good thing where the team before don't do, therefore help the country in many ways. Somebody they say, well, don't see the people and then they say, well, then go back, they don't get ID card. Family are not there for even they go nowhere they did because of ID card not there. The price na in at the other thing at the back because they don't inflate this year. Because of why? Because they want to get a source of government revenue. Because that was it. Because 10,000, they say the birth certificate, the marriage certificate, and certificate, the people they go for they pay a certain amount. So all these kind of things then they try for wait for say, well, are we going to go ahead with this? Or are we going to reduce this? So then they wait from where? The one day will get for give them the capability for go get this procurement being done. But they no one for say, will not get the capability, but will they on the process of procuring it. So that the only information that one know more, I believe, say, is they try for protect sometimes those who are in authority. But again, I'm not going to blame man because the culture where some people get within a job sector now for protect one another. But the idea is sometimes when you bring this out, people and those like this, the governments are going, oh, they don't tell so now the money would not give for that this no bill. Or now because of the workload they don't give me, now for that we're not able to do this so. But they all not able to tell us the reason why they're not able to do the work. Instead, then the driver for tell us no more, well, we get this now, what they do, we get this, what would they do? They tell we a little bit, but the fact is that there is no revenue will be done there because UNDP will don't give them money for do this. Yeah, but what the previous administration did, then do their own. Okay, then do them back to 2017. They say no go add up. So, but again, you go see say the resources then they go, and then you don't go commend them in terms of the delayance. But you only comment them because of that information where they don't manage keep, where at least it did it, where there is a substance for start up with. From that substance, then go able for build them up for go. But because of the system will be all spoiled before, how they try to bring other things inside the system so that it will become modernized. They get for bring you NI number there, they get for bring this. It's beyond their control. So, but again, now other side then will bring in for can do all this because now you they see what in assets they do. They don't launch a special policy. One, I don't know how much million they don't give them. They want they for can help them with the ICT system for them go able for work. But those are all areas which are all interrelated with this. You get ONS where if they get something will happen, they know saying that now the people and then why at least they need water because those are all the areas where them for say they go make a detailed census so they go know waiting una need, waiting anything they include them somehow in the information. So, but I go only hope say they go try fast track this system. Because if you're not fast track them, it will create another problem again for the next election where other man will come and say, with this now opposition, now this will they argue for. Because they are still debating it. But until they get for no say, this then are the route will get for go. Or they get for cancel the registration of the census, they get for go with this other one, we don't know until we see. But I know say waiting they don't begin, so they don't go and left idea because they don't employ people, they don't train them. The laptop system they now, and then the modem system, you know, like things in 1990 they try to implement the IT system, the internet that for develop, they would not rely on them. But people that the question in case they get for go to areas they where this not there. And the one where they see the registration and they do them in terms of a GPRS, who will track you, who say you did, so they will know who say you did. So those are all the things who then they wait for, so that they go able to get one registration in some way with some information where they go can sit down now, then couple up. When I think you will see them, we don't forecast this or say it will get for take a long time. Some people they even say about 1 year, 6 months or so. We will get for take till they get for get all this information together based on the way we get for go. So but now they fear say as time they go on, this go meet up the last 2.5 years or 2 years plus. So those are the areas they just follow the importance of it for say this it help the country for letting go able for identify problems that we know. And then this go help the civilian who work and assume they feel safe. So you go get something go able for use. Where you go in people and send money for and say go use them. You want go any side and identify them. Or as they say, they will use them for even travel out for one they will not get passport for West Africa countries or for other states. So I only hope they will able to fast track, give them the money what they need, and try bring the area where they will sensitize them and train the people there. But they need IT training. So I know they rely on people and no more come, they can install them and go. They install them go, they make money out of it. But people are there who are capable of doing it as long as the development, like some of these institutions there, they get IT system, then they get for implement them, so the people will develop the idea. So then they cancel, and then they just employ. So the people they go create things, people they get innovative. Sierra Leone are clever people. So the only thing no more than one day. Thank you very much for giving the platform. And I only hope say we'll go able for idea to that. Thank you very much one more time.
Thank
God
you
bless
very
you, sir.
much,
And bless
Usman.
alone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Sir. Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who side the call from, please.
Triple A listener, I'm ready to call.
Yes, I get 3
Good,
minutes, sir. What
good
you
evening,
get for it
good
today?
morning to any side. Triple A, wait till they tell you. This is Sierra Leone. We don't honest to ourselves. This dishonesty to this country, now they make most of we will country they be in the elect today. Yeah. Just imagine Sierra Leoneans, another thing we not used to ID card. People in the country they are, possible like we they say they work in their country, get identification. People in the get ID card, just imagine. You get ID card through the video interview. Yeah, I get one left and a house. How you go get ID card in the left and a house? The usage, that now one. Secondly, to be frank enough, I dey give Amadou Commander a kudos because the guy through his explanation is very honest, through what he tell we, a honest to what he dey try for say. For now, they know they give ID card. But just imagine, if you want for let you go collect something, if ambulance and for you something, they come, you can go inside, when are free of charge, they pay nothing. But Salon now, where people and kinde where they for beat the system. So man go don't have na that corner. In ID card they come for because you know it try for like get something from you. But like where the lady asks them, waiting at the things the owner don't put in place for let the public know. Say now this and this and this now they happen. Now because they need to sensitize people and they need to inform the people. Say now this is supposed for do. Now then they all lead to them kind scarcity of this ID card, this ID card. The previous government they don't lie per witty body's ID card, voters ID card. Just imagine where the last registration they go ask you all if your mama na hospital boni or na house boni. The ID card or they can give una all you information you the fingerprint it is. Look the ID card where they give you for vote. Paper. See people are begin say bona for paper, they go begin go ask me if your mama na hospital born me or na usa if me mama born me. Waiting now all lentin and for. So we would pray and hope according to waiting and say that they get all the features them of waiting and they try for say. Lord, we hope and pray. Waiting and they try for put in place. Lord, let it be say waiting and don't say we get the quality of waiting with the aim for get. But honestly, Sierra Leoneans they were very, very disappointed at this time. From 2019, where they stop for the ID card up to date. People and they where they want to go take money. People are not even aware of waiting they happen of this ID card. Some side and they go this voters ID card. Some side and they not go acceptance. Some side and they depend to you not go use the voters ID card for travel go Guinea. It's not possible. When you want to Guinea and Soja, now push you. They tell you say no to this I want. You don't understand. They tell you say no to this voters ID I want. Now national ID, the Guinean or your passport. Now they ask you for. So they are who they pray now, who they pray. This ID card business no lay and to rest. In fact, the Director General been in 98 one morning while listening where they say soon would they get with ID card. And then say how soon? It is a very, very soon. You know, you must specify the particular time we will get forget this ID card. So every day we get them, we get the hope for Lord we get them. But when we will get this ID card, now my own problem. When they will begin distribute this ID card, triple A. That is my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Mama. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Constances at the call from yes.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes. What's in your contribution?
No, I'm sorry because I just joined the program. I just want to try to make.
Now the ID card will they talk about. I don't know if Nadan is listen.
Oh, okay. So we did ID card. The ID card will come out now.
I don't know because we get Baku issues them we concerning the ID card would all in a table already. So
right.
If you don't listen to all the things them, the interviews them, it will be hard for you for take part in the program.
Oh, okay. So just briefly about half, like maybe I will just give your take towards that.
Well, the ID card for the past 2 years, ID card no day. So, but then still the promise we say ID card go there pretty soon. And
Okay.
but now then they give paper-based certificate where you go use for 3 months.
Okay.
Yes, now then they on right now, sir.
Wow. That means 3 months. Imagine that one. Maybe I'll say next year again. I wish it happens soon. All right, bro.
Okay.
Later.
Thank you. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Tiwenami?
3 minutes, sir.
This is Ibrahim. I call from Maryland. The ID card issue, me, I don't want a lot of blame with people because even me, I don't get for count myself out. Who been this alone? Now only student ID card I've been the worker with. Now later, I get national ID card. So they need for sensitize people the importance of the national ID card. If somebody get ID card, he say he left on our house, we not get for vex for now. We get for sensitize them. We tell them the importance of the ID card. We then say ID card naturally they work out with because not the thing will be say from people at the time till to we own time now, we not use for workout ID card. Even say if some man get student ID card, only the workout student ID card when you go to school. Some man no go with and safe. So now sensitization again for sensitize people, and they will understand and the importance of the ID card. Now one thing I want to talk about, simply about this voter registration ID card. I don't know if the government will able make one ID card where they able serve for 2 terms, if possible. Because this now then they spend money too much for the ID cards there. Every elections pass they print new ID cards. If it could be possible, the government will able try. If this 2023 election where they come, they will print ID card where they will serve after 2023. The next coming election, that same ID card they go use them for votes. Then they go reduce the expenditure for print this ID card. So I don't know if they go able to do for we. But in terms of the national ID card, let them sensitize the people and make them able to understand. Make them know the reason and the importance why you forget them. And not for keep on our house. So now that can be contribution. Thank you very much. May God bless you and bless Mama Salon.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, il est l'avenir. Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Peter Pine.
Yes, Eric, you got 3 minutes, sir. What's in your contribution on the ID card?
Okay, no contribution. Just 2 points, but I go and start with the topic of today, when the national ID card. Well, for a country, really, we're not going to provide national ID card to its citizens there, or for its citizens there. That negligence of duty, where really not proper and a deep disgrace to any country or government from the previous administration, likewise this present administration. That's a very important thing we therefore provide for the citizens there. Now that could make the international community that go respect you. But neglecting those things is really bad. Because like this ID card is very simple. Need not do this voters ID card whether they politicize them. Just because of politics, they want to get more votes, they concentrate on them. They don't need voters ID card. We all then at this part of the world. Like me, I get right for vote within the European Union as a German citizen, also where I hold German passport. Me not they go with they're not doing special ID card. Me national ID card, me German ID card. Now I need to go with plus the letter where then they send to me where I get me right for vote. I go vote. So need not therefore go begin to politicize ID card, get a voters ID card. It don't make sense. Now any civilized society. So that's not just negligence and politicizing the system. Then secondly, now about this rise of COVID-19 in Australia, especially people from the diaspora, inbound passengers. Me go and let the government take this issue seriously. Either they close longer airports or inbound passengers, when they come, when you then test you positive, where it be say you not positive, therefore quarantine you no longer, and the part of the cost for come out from that passenger, not just from the government. Because me see say people that know say this system, especially Europe, America, people that they come out with, they know say maybe they are infected, then they go with the virus back to Africa. I don't know why. Maybe for go get cheaper treatment, or then please say Africa now, especially Australia, where people they know they die so from this virus.
I want all you there first. I want all you under. Because right now, we all know say if you are positive, you cannot go to Sierra Leone. Because Salon, no, at the time I explain now, Salon gets the way them be done, they do from them, where them be introduced you get for test negative before you go to Sierra Leone. But why make then people and they test positive then because of the incubation period according to the scientists and waiting and tell we. So you get 14 days incubation period. So maybe you are symptomatic, you don't even know self say you are positive. But you want to go salon because you get something for today. So where you go, maybe that you 14 days don't elapse. Where you go there now and test you became positive. So now that one day, but that one where you they say people and they know say they're positive, then still want go salon. I don't think so, because if you're positive, the people then they give you say negative, that's why you're going to Sierra Leone. If you're positive, then they take you on the flight, sir.
Yeah, triple A, that now I agree with you. Me say they have I get a lot of experience. Even today, I take COVID-19 test. I take them today and tomorrow the result they come out. Me work in place every week. I dey take test. Every week I dey take test. I don't even get the vaccination through me working place. I don't get the vaccination. I know what that test they about. If person knows say tomorrow or next tomorrow he dey travel, let it take the test at least 12 hours or within 24 hours before take the test. By doing so, when they reach, whatever result, that result they not go change so dramatically. But that what he said for take the test 48 hours or 70 hours, it don't make sense. You go for be on the system, you go for be over the virus. Let them take the test, that test therefore valid within the next 12 hours or 24 hours. Today, I take the test. Tomorrow the result they come out. If the result come out tomorrow, what you show me are positive, they not they allow me for work until I don't get negative result. Now that system they therefore introduce yonder. You see? But we relax over things too much in that country day. Let the government take this thing serious. Longer airport, anybody where you reach, let it where them call positive. Let them quarantine at Longer airport. Let them not allow for going to Freetown.
I want to help you on the back because
they increase.
Okay, NACOVAC want for make like we all understand because we can join them every day. The number of people where they test positive inside Sierra Leone more than the people where na inbound passengers. Now they find out say community transmission they on the rise because waiting do most people where they go test for left salon. Now them they test positive right now. And the community testing, they come out high in numbers as compared to the one them where they go. So this one where they emphasize like say na diaspora wholly and solely responsible for this high rate. I want for differ and say the people in Sierra Leone, because we see how they handle how the festive season be there and how they handle everything, they are responsible for this one rather than focusing on diaspora. I can understand say diaspora go then go quarantine and waiting whatever the government get the measures that they don't put in place. If you flout waiting and you, then they take you and carry you go now their own quarantine centers. That one then they do. So they know they do well in handling that. Now make you know they even noise on that part day. But now the people in Sierra Leone now they need for own up now and say yes. Now true say coronavirus day not to the one the way they come no more they can with coronavirus na salon.
Yeah, triple that's not true way they talk. But the thing is, if we look for the previous weeks there now, the cases from diaspora, it don't increase. Even today, 9 cases, they don't even pass certain district like Pujong. Pujong, one whole district, they don't pass this, and other district there, carrying out the all. So the thing is, even the festive season where they talk about, most of them thing and then are from some of with people that where they come on and go under.
No, then they I no go grow. Then they are from Freetown because Freetown now they more now they pass up and down, sir.
Yeah, I agree with you. People they not they follow the laws thing, which of course is bad. And as he said that for enforce that. You see the government for enforce that. But they're too relaxed over this thing. And if they relax over this thing, at the same thing what they will do with Ebola, where the previous government be relaxed until when the thing don't worst. You see, if they relax with this thing, things don't go fine for people there. You see, now that's when they talk.
All right.
So let them be serious. That's not my own contribution.
Thank you very much.
It serious, they need to introduce effective measures. You see?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Triple. Yeah, that's not my own contribution. Thanks very much.
Okay, man.
Okay, Triple.
Yeah. Yes, caller 11 here. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Mike, 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say, relax with this corona business. First lady say corona not this salon. Oh, no, they go and kill and say what the people are. Where corona go bond, not to diaspora to bring and car. Now they say, now they not care about the corona. Now they run around the party, not the wear mask. Now they administration and self. But me want tell them say the money what they for use for the sensors, let them use that for provide good identification card for the people in the country. Because you go spend money per census and the people will not get identification card. So all that money, all them billions or millions one they can't spend for the census. When I spend now, when I give the people a decent identification card, where that the people they write down the reason why the people know they use the identification card because it's not important. The identification card not important. If you make and say if you get for go inside any public transportation, you need identification card. People then go walk around with the identification card. But it's not really important to the Sierra Leonean itself because they know they use them everywhere outside and they go. They make them kill left on a house. After a while, people then just forget about that. When I get for make a mandatory say any public building where they go, you get for need identification card. So the people then go begin walk around with the identification card. Now so the system they now, if they go to a bank, you need identification card. If they go police pull you over, you need identification card. But even salon, you don't ever see the driver's license in a salon. It look like paper, like complete paper. The government know they take them serious. Now make people they say no they take them serious. Now the problem is not the country. The government need to take things seriously, and then things go fall in line. Your contribution, I don't know more.
Thank you very much, Mike. We'll talk about the national identity card. Udayai, we sweet love in Salon people there. You get ID card, yes. Who your ID card? You get it right now, no, it in a house. Okay. I be don't talk eh? Yeah. Say that one when they give diaspora a bad name for COVID-19. Then we don't get pass on that one, but not anymore. People in Sierra Leone need for take up their own part of this COVID-19 rise. Yes, call ID live on air. You name and who side the call from, please.
Hello, Nami?
Yes, I get 3 minutes, sir, PSG.
Yeah, PSG, yeah. My brother, good evening, sir. I greet all the panelists. They are glad you are for giving me the platform. This ID card business trip were very, very important. We own a talk about today. It touched my heart. I don't be a victim. I suffer from that. When I been can account my national ID card, because we can, say we can seek. They ask you for identity. Say now the fake boku. So man they can see me and Saloman, it costs a Nigerian passport. This and that. And they're very strict, not with money. Me now I been give them. If it don't expire. I will not move to a village can Paris. Why can Paris then asking for them? Up to now get the remainder. Yeah, before last I go salon. 2017 I go in the office, they say no get, will make them for me. I go fill all the form that work at fed up, I don't get that. The old one, the French people don't get that. Anytime I go asking for them. Right now, men get serious draw. So they are the big, they made this ID card. It's very important. When the last time I go salon, I go in a bank for go do transaction, I go for go take SIM back. Then say the one national ID card, I don't get. When the old one say, old one in France, I give them, they get that. Okay, I pull me salon passport. I pull and give them. I give them my driving license, the European Union. Then I give them back the French ID card. Serious draw. In fact, they tell me say they don't know be French. So they hold on. Pass one process and I will help me. So I don't learn. I really I undergo constraints because you go to a salon, you finally use salon documentary. Moreover, like we for the French country, not all understand what I under. You see, so it's very important. When they help really, this ID card is very important. And number two, any country ID card is very important. The identity card is very important. Any country for anybody. Do they build the government? They can't make talk anymore. That money they spend for country for them or for do census. When they can put up this ID card, when they say they make good ID card, they give it very correct. So do you have the big do you have the government if they listen to me, when they take that serious. Do you have this ID card not for the one one that we go in that we need that. It's very important. When you travel, go out. That's how you not find safely using then document there. Because if you pull out some checkpoint there, they want create all your pockets, they want create all your body. But if you get your document you give them, easy. Nobody knows that JC. We pull that document to give them a trouble. So dear. Then number two tip, I get one question I ask you there. I got one music we can play. I want Baile give me the title of her, please. That music we talk about saloon with fine country. You are big. I want I really like that music, but if I don't wanna go, I don't wanna YouTube for that put a name get at all. So Ali help me, please. One music we can play. This will fine country saloon the point I want something like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ali help.
I go send you after the program, yeah?
Okay, that's all. Okay.
Alright.
Thank you very much for giving platform.
Okay, PSG. Yes, caller, you live on the air. You name and the call from, please.
One the consensus I recall from US.
Okay, now you be called just now.
Yes.
Okay, you want to take part now?
Yes.
Okay, carry on, sir.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Concerning this ID card thing, what we talk about, sometimes I don't know. Please, if I can ask, I don't know whose department were in charge of this, like the ministry.
Now, National Civil Registration.
Oh, no, okay. That was ministry, or that was ministries. Oh my God. Sometimes there are people like in Sock say they left the ID card now, such a short, like, truthfully, I can tell you, trust, plenty of majority of the people they don't get up, and the excuse I don't know the key. For fake the officers, for fake the I mean, the office they want to go. This thing for the day is constant. Because not of free when you lost her, you pay back the exact money. Not the excuse when you lost her or no. You need them. If they pay, you pay. The thing for day. I don't know why. I don't know, but like something needs to be done. Side card thing. We don't take para. Legally serious because now they make scenario that guy. They get excuse for that beggar thing. That must beggar already too. Tell people they say they need ID card. So body don't die. How much when I identity, social media they wanna go on media. When I tell people they say they go identify the people. So people they did that go not to on TV for a month or two or so. Something needs to be done, this ID card thing. Well, come on, lot. Come on, good thing it is for do. This ID card now. Come on, things so. How would the labor will self pass? All they say election time. They go spend how much? Who's people are paying on but ID card on cap because they don't see that they don't interest and cancel this. Now for the self now, then politician they I make it serious. They go all out for that. Oh God. Anyway, I guess because
All right. Thank you very much, caller. The importance of having an ID card. May I plead to the National Civil Registration Authority? And I say yes. I don't know on waiting at the yardstick where they use for say. Since then they wait for this all-powerful ID card. May them just suspend giving the old one till the all-powerful one come into existence. The NSSF don't tell we say for over 2 years now, they're not they issue that old one again. But now, then they go to the extent and they give paper. Now free. And the printing cost, the procurement of those papers, all they cost the government of Sierra Leone. Or you go and tell me, say, Tripoli, even if they give themselves that other one, it cost the same thing, but they will have to pay for it. And at least it make the process look official, I go say, instead of that paper base. Yes, you go say, oh, well, even we in the diaspora now, can go, then they give you paper one first, but how long that paper one they last you for? Before you receive the real one at the mail. But we now for 3 months. After 3 months, I think you will have to go back. If that one they expire, you go back, go make another one again. I just hope say then come to and just think wisely. Because this one we don't wait forever. And this all powerful one, you know come it too. I can't wait for make it come into existence. Make we see. Some of you go for be lucky. When then they do the census, I see someone they call say no, men they not counting in that midterm census the way they want go count, so they don't count, let them take and go procure. But they not tell you say procurement is a problem. Oh. They not tell you say money na no deal. I'm passive na me no yegi. They not tell you say money na no deal. Because they have the sponsorship already. What's in they make them the drag foot? Well, something like because of how they want to do this all powerfully. I make then they will do it. I make it don't take the over 2 years. But to me, I just want for catch them small. Say do ya as then they procure that system they for can begin print. They don't left no more at their own headquarters. Let them also try for micromanage from different places them. Now the district headquarter towns them. Make them not just centralize everything that their office day. And then they will report a fail for us and say, okay, people them now at the provinces, then get time for go get this one safe phone at the Guinea, or then get for come back in a tongue. Because I think to say the province let us begin decentralize now. And do this na the headquarter. A building there. And need serious makeover. I really need them for government institution. I don't know, some people and they say na rent they, not to them building. I don't know. But even at that, and they pay rent, not to so even I rent they safe. That would just say now na rent. Then they pay rent. So the landlord not for take care of him building. You don't see the theory I can talk about how we can just accept anything. I don't think say the building look good for a government institution. Maybe I mean no more just get nan. Thinking to say the building, waiting at the building itself, once you go inside, the work they be done. Okay. They make not talk about the people them more. For say for paint tools. Because how they talk say, oh, look, they say when last time they paint tools, when last time paint colbot, when last time do this. But please. And I think say more sensitization need for be done. And me, I want to believe say people in day where they hang out na that building area day where people in crowd they ask them say na ID card you can for can at 12,000 even though na free that paper but na paper then they give you for 3 months or na 5,000 say they go take another hand and then that sabi go near immigration building just walk like say they go there. See now they say that they try for send and done a post office. Even if you go down post office, people then go still hang out at the post office day. Where they pass the access in a passport you want, cano. Because you go through the normal process, so you will spend time. You talk to them and then you will spend time. Hi. Okay. They've get to say they tell you Tripoli. It's shameful. Salon down at the building. And then they make we need you. They make we need you for pressure. No, I make we talk now. But I think we need for do sensitization to we people them. But wait. Let come back. Who people they don't tell we say, then they left the ID card in the house because then they afraid for making no loss. Then they left an house for making no loss. So waiting at the solution we'll go give them. Yes, we want them for workout time, but why did they think say when they work out at the loss? I like to kick about saying we get a terrible experience in immigration. For instance, Max say the aspirants they're more careful than locals. Me, I want to know now, why make them feel say when they work out at the loss? Now then I want to get over. Because I don't know for you, but me, even in Sierra Leone, I don't give me experience there one day. Somebody can find me, I just want to drop them, not too far. I forget me driver's license. I was not at ease. Just because I not get on with me. Just in case something goes wrong, just in case they stop me. Because me, I can like for meet up for tick the box there. So that day they say at the return back, I was not at ease. Because I not get them. So, but with people then just think say if they work out it a loss. Now, out of experience, or it's that a psychological thought, we don't they already say this is a loss. The kid he say because some salon people then they thief even ID we not get in face. So now I make them feel say then go thief another hand. Because the other day I talked to a person, I asked the person, say, you not get wallet? He say no. Josephine better say he say that because they're not used to the system. Now I make them feel to say if they work out time, it go loss. Because I need for process that. After I watch, I was like, okay, how you know say it go loss? Hi. But the mind just don't tell them say no work out amu. Because you know one for losser. So how can we Mike don't give a suggestion for say any side way they want go. Then for ask them for her. So that 10 day now, it go make sure say get her with her. Musa Conte they ask, he say why to make the government self not go privatize this ID card production business? He say it go be big tax money for the government. So it be big tax money for the government. Who that they pay? Not to the people that back then go end up give the cost. Now who they grumble and say the government to the tax. Musa, don't now they say make the government privatize them so that people can go pay tax. Then it go end up again. Then go end up again, pass on to the people. It says salon government they always want for the finger the cup of business. Government for be good pan tax collection. Papa, the kind tax then they collect na government na salon. I beg learn no other again by ID card. Do ya? I about to kick about say then they left on our own because they don't know the importance for me then get out with them all the time. But again, for some people, not then treasure. Because we send the smoke pack for them and then they use for go pick up. So now the only time that one day where you go say, okay, but we where they come on at the diaspora, where you go salon. You can work out with your identification or you have to keep your own house. Even though, I also be all we back then at tongue today. We are suspicious of everybody when they can't close to it. You can work out your ID or you left yourself your ID and I will say, why don't cancel alone? I don't need that. So I left an house. Eh? Like me, so me, I get me salon wallet. Yeah. Now one green thing they side in my ID. Out few, just few no more. Salon money. Because the boku I not go able to put on there. So, see most of all the work and I make it see the anger them bag there. No so. Can't wait for the day with salon go cashless. Those salon go cashless. So no go for the work of them, but come money then they. Because even if you want for say maybe when I get some good time in a restaurant, a bad tea, you must hold one bundle for go. No so. Albert Einstein say, he said this is mind-boggling. He said we ought for make we sensitize the people them. He said for him, he always get a military ID because most of the time in the wear civilian combat na salon day. Mabinti Kamara say, he say for him, in they get in Swedish ID all time with time. Outside they go, where they salon. Mohamed Kamara say, in the take her up to another level, in the work out with in ticket, in passport, outside where they go. The leper. Dave Katie say for him, in the work out with in all the time. It can be inside under interest. You see how money they prepare, eh? Oh. No safe. So man they train now. I think so just the waiting safe so. But any kind way, like I said, if you get some chilling for go, you get some restaurant for go, that one bundle you must get her. I want big bundle. Because I don't know. I don't think so that then they take Airtel money or I don't know. Airtel money or AfriCell money when a paperless. I know say okay commercial bank they do that in commercial and waiting. But I don't know if then they take them na their restaurants then. For say make a pay with Airtel money. Because of waiting, the extra charge. Where Airtel go charge them. Because when you send money, then you have to pull the charges. You say how they send the money, then they charge you. Where the money go to back, then they charge you. And I think because the final person now, you get to go withdraw, now then they go charge you back. But I think if they find a way you go able for the transfer on your bank account from the Airtel money transfer and go to the bank. Then from your bank back you transfer account to your Airtel money and pay. Find a way around it. But we just dip no more cash. It's cash. That's why some of we can go can be targets to people. But I know be say I know right. He say because in Nigeria all man get bank account. When you send money, it go straight to the bank account. Then they get bank alert. But I don't know why we just relied on this cash. I mean money they short in power, paper money they short in power. I mean we always check no battle we say the investigation on earth. Hey! All in waiting, cash, raw cash. And spend the money. Then say for go give people them money then carry raw cash back. All thing get for be with the money. Okay No, they go no more. Now we left everything today. We hope say they sensitize with people. They know the importance for make then they work out with them. About Lantern, I say, they say around Wilberforce barracks, in the way in civilian combat, but since the soldier then over and salon day, how then they will begin for look you and then go call you, say make you come if in a military, and then you can show them in ID. Me I can wear more. Get the short one, I get the long one. And they ask me, not to one, not to two, in a minute, I say no. But you know, see I'm by myself. For can't say can pull her. Get the bag. Huh. Please. How do you go? We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Tripoli say. Tata.